Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 1 of Fae's Gone Wild, a D&D story about 4 adventurers lost in the Fae realm. I hope you enjoy this, and if you did, leave a like, and if you didn't, well, leave a comment and see how we can improve. Anyways, this is a story with our DM, Steven, and our players, Jeffrey, Amanda, Kyle, and Caleb. We hope you enjoy this, and enjoy.
Hi. Welcome to the first episode of the Valderan Chronicles.
Also known as Critical Fail.
No, I'm pretty sure that one already exists.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. We are starting in at level 2 characters. My name is Steven. I'm going to be the DM for the campaign. To my left, we have...
Oh, like my actual name?
And character name.
Name. Amanda, aka Joe.
To Amanda's left, we have...
Kyle. I'm gonna be Sai. Not that guy. S-A-I. Like the weapon.
At the other end of the table from me, we have...
Caleb, and my character name is Cleaver.
Interesting.
I like it.
And then on my right, we have...
My name is Jeff, and I'm playing Goliath.
His name is Goliath.
His name is Goliath.
Fuck you.
He's a Goliath named Goliath.
Yep.
Yay.
So original.
Redundant.
Hey now, he's not that intelligent. He's been hit on his head as a child.
And he's...
Yeah. So never mind.
Oh, never mind.
And he's a paladin.
So, our adventure is going to start off in a... I would say small town, but more of a medium-sized town by the name of Vilsilroy. It's originally an elven town, but it's home to many of the races. Walking down the streets, you'll see dwarves, gnomes, occasionally a mountain of metal moving through the streets. But as we wander through the streets of this town, we approach a tavern, a very familiar spot for anyone in at least my D&D settings. Hanging out front of the door is a sign that looks like a giant metal pot with a boar's head sticking out of it. For those who can read, underneath the sign it says, "The Boiled Boar, Inn and Tavern." Now, like most D&D campaigns, we will start in the tavern. We walk through the doors of the tavern, and standing near the door is a Goliath. How tall is your Goliath, Jeff?
Oh, excuse me.
Wow.
There's a 6'2" Goliath. What is he carrying? What does he look like? Please describe your character.
Goliath is a 6'2" Goliath. He's wearing thick plate mail. He's got a great sword and a great axe strapped to his back, and he carries a holy symbol of Bahamut on him.
Very nice.
He is also riddled with scars of battle, and he is very friendly once you get to know him.
Very nice. So, Goliath, or Gol, as I'm going to start calling him.
Goal! Every time he kills something, goal!
I'm going to start doing that.
That could be a
Perfect.
thing. That will be a thing. Gol is standing just inside the door as he's the most recent arrival, looking around, surveying the area. And halfway through the room to the left side, there's the bar, and there's a fiery red-headed gnome who's working the bar, serving drinks. She looks up.
Oh my god, my brain.
She goes, "What top of the morning do you go? Do you want your regular?"
Yes, please.
All right, pick a seat. I'll have one of the ladies come over and bring you a drink.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I go sit at a seat by the bar.
Very nice. So you'd actually sit at the bar?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, fine. If you're going to sit at the bar, never mind. I'll bring it over myself.
I don't want to trouble you, lass.
No, you're not. No trouble at all. In the at one of the tables, kind of closer to the back of the tavern, there's an individual in robes. He's got this giant leather-bound book out on the table in front of him, and he's bent over, mumbling to himself and going through, following along each line, tracing sigils with one of his clawed fingers. This gentleman is...
This is Sai. He's a half-orc. Slightly greenish skin, not really. It's greenish gray. Yeah. He's absentmindedly just petting his familiar little snowy owl.
what color robes are you wearing? I'm assuming you're wearing robes.
Oh yeah, no, he's wearing nothing. He's a no. Yeah, he's got
So close to saying canon.
Yeah, I know.
please
So
no.
close.
He's got black and green robes. Black, mostly black with green trim. Not wearing a hat. Not wearing any hair.
Is your hood up or down?
Hood's down.
Hood down? Cool.
Sometimes it falls in front of his face when he's trying to read, so he keeps it off when he's reading.
Fair. And then we'll come up to our last character, or second last character, so you haven't arrived yet. You're going to arrive shortly.
He's clanging his way through the streets.
Yeah.
We'll hear him coming.
Probably.
In more ways than one.
We have Joe.
Hi.
Joe is sitting at a table, chatting with a somewhat important-looking individual, nicely dressed, just having a chat, just kind of picking up on subtle nuances in this individual's mannerisms.
I am?
Yes, why not?
Okay.
You're changing.
Right. Yes. Yes.
Information
might
for
wanna turn into this person.
Right. I'm feeling a little... Alright, well...
And now, the reflections.
Oh, fuck off. Actually, that's very apropos. Changeling of... I think it was between... But I don't have to be showing my true self at this point.
Nope.
So, let's go with an unassuming 5'5". Fair-skinned, but looks like it could be kind of not quite right.
Okay. Fair skin, but a little off.
Yeah, a little off. Hair looks blonde with a bit of violet tinge to it.
Very nice.
Yeah. And at this point, her nose is going to be a cute little button nose for now.
Cute little button nose.
Cute little button nose for now, because, yeah.
So,
Because why not? Leather armor. Just doing her best to kind of fit in.
I was about to say you were about to do leather chaps or something. What? Oh.
That's for later.
so unassuming, chatting up. If somebody were to scrutinize your appearance to a higher degree, they might notice something a little off, but overall, you look like any other person in town. An adventurer.
Ooh.
Because you're wearing armor. And just getting little bits of information about, issues in the town, potential monster hazards, any encroaching of beasts that shouldn't be getting as close to town as they would normally. And this noble is just, his eyes are locked on yours, and he's just letting all the information out. Taken by a charm of some sort.
It's a trap.
It
Sam?
very well could be. No, Sam, this is not a trap.
Right.
She could be a trap.
I thought she was both.
She was everything and anything you wanted.
So, Goal, Sai, Joe, please make the first roll of the game perception checks.
Jesus, nat 20.
Yeah.
I missed!
You missed the table.
You missed it.
It's an 11.
What is that?
That looks
What?
like
It's a 14.
3.
It was a 14.
That is a 3 plus
It's a 16 altogether.
Plus, sorry, what is this?
That's my
perception.
What?
Passive. That's my passive.
My passive is 12. My passive sucks.
So nat 20 plus 2 is 22.
Cool.
Perception. So if there's a 4 next to that, that's the plus, that's the modifier.
Yep.
So 7?
You're beautiful. You rolled a 7?
are terrible.
No, she rolled a 3 plus 4 for a total of 7.
I don't like these dice. I'm gonna have to buy new dices.
You smell like figurine.
Yes.
Is that one rolling better for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple others.
13.
So, and Sai, you had
16.
16? Okay. So, Joe, fully engrossed in the conversation she's having with the noble about, at this
God
point,
knows what.
it's gone to pretty much just small talk, and the occasional flirting from the noble.
That's to be expected.
Does not...
What?
It's not if you're using a valid voice. Don't do it. Please.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Because I could totally, just whip it out for you.
That's what she said.
That's what I always say.
Jeff, pass me one of those swords.
No.
You weren't here that last time,
I was
Caleb.
not.
You were so lucky.
I'll send you the
Why?
audio file.
It's on the group.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Goal and Sai hear the sounds of heavy, clanging metal. And there's the thump.
He's coming.
Thum, ching,
He.
thum,
It.
ching,
They.
thum, ching. As the sound of the ring metal get louder, you start to feel a slight rumble in the floor. Then you hear the sound of metal on wood, and you hear the creaking of the steps out front. Thump. Thump.
At this point, I'm holding my beer.
There's the sound of wood splinter on the third rap on the door. And the door kind of doesn't fall off the hinges, but swings open loosely. In walks a humanoid of metal. One might think it's somebody who's gone and taken their full plate armor to a whole new level. Not a rare sight to see in Vilsilroy, but not the most common sight either. In walks
I am 7 feet tall, and I am a kind of a darkish gray color, and I have a sword on my back. And that is all.
a humanoid figure of 7 feet tall, ducking into the tavern before standing to his full height. We have, sorry, what was your name again?
Cleaver.
Cleaver.
Warforged?
A Warforged individual. He's walks in, scans the room, and Sherry at the bar. Cleaver! You're late for your bouncer duty.
I arrived on the time that I wish to arrive at.
Only wizards get to say that.
Do you say that aloud?
Yes.
So from the back corner, a robed individual of pale green skin says, "Only wizards get to say that."
I walk over towards him.
Okay.
Hello, Cleaver.
And you are?
Sigh. I'm in here every damn day.
You have met in the past. You may have thrown him out at one point once over the last
Probably
year or
not.
so.
Sigh is very well behaved.
And why is it that wizards are the only ones that get to say that?
Because wizards arrive at the exact time they want to, and that's it. They cannot be late. They can't. It's a well-known fact. You can't just steal the wizard's thing.
I have not read that this is just a wizard thing.
You don't need to read it. It's common knowledge.
To who?
Everyone. That's why it's common knowledge.
I turn to the paladin and go, Is this common knowledge?
Don't ask him. He doesn't have knowledge.
Sai, remember what happened the last time you tried to insult me?
I insulted you. It was, I didn't try. I just did.
Yes, and remember you were on the receiving end of one of my smites?
That was fun.
Yes, it is common knowledge. But you know what? He's not all that common to begin with.
Very interesting.
I mean,
Why would...
you're right. It's not often a half-orc is a wizard.
Fair.
Very interesting. Anyways,
But,
I appeared when I wanted to appear. I'm leaving now. Bye. And I walk away.
Are you leaving the bar, or Are you leaving the tavern entirely, or are you going to stand by the door, or take a post, or what are you planning?
Don't tell him to take a post. He might actually take one of the posts.
He might actually.
It's not that stupid. No, I'll go stand by the entranceway.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
just scan.
This is not Rockjaw.
No, it's not.
Not Rock. What's his intelligence?
14.
Okay, yeah, he's
Yeah.
good. He's good.
Good.
His flaws are just going to piss you off. That's all.
He does not get sarcasm, does he?
Doesn't understand emotion, and he sees nothing wrong with whatever he does.
I love it.
I hate it.
He's a sociopath. That is a construct.
Oh dear.
Oh god, this is amazing.
So that's established.
Undead. Not indead.
Indead.
Isn't that living?
Well, it was a Y.
Technically, that's
Yindead.
undead.
Yindead would be... Yindead.
Well, I mean, you got undead, which is dead that's come back to life, but so is indead just living.
No, that's something that's
No,
in
in
something
dead is
dead.
in the ground.
Okay, well.
In the ground.
Anyways,
Just
let's
think
continue.
Indead, it's like inbred.
No, it's not.
Oh.
At least Kyle makes it easy for me to edit these.
Well, somebody's got to.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
So, after Cleaver takes his post by the door, your noble, the noble that Joe is talking to, after being rambling on for about an hour or so, you've collected information on a pack of wolves that is hunting too close and causing issues for one of the local sheep farmers.
Of course, it always comes back to sheep with you.
We'll just let that one slide.
Let's make you wear a sheep.
Anyway. And you
He might explode.
would not be... Well, I mean, Jeff would have to be the one to clean that up.
I'm okay.
I don't have enough Javix to clean up your gory mess, Kyle.
That's what the cats are for.
I don't want to poison the cats.
That's poor. So, you also heard tell that there is an unusual character who's been asking around town about bits of information. A elven gentleman in black leather armor. He usually has a black traveler's cloak.
Do tell.
And
Tell me more.
he's been asking around about like if there have been any adventurers come through the tavern or come through the town lately. You asked a bit more about this individual, and the noble was, well, I haven't seen him around for the last day or two, so he may have moved on to another location. There's another town about a day and a half journey from here, called thinking of a name off the top of my head. Kaldar.
What was it?
Kaldar.
Kaldar?
Sounds
Kaldar.
like a shitty town.
It's just a couple of farming families, and there's a general goods store.
Another tavern?
It's a small tavern.
A smaller boiled pork?
No. No.
I swear there's a chain of these things.
There is a chain of these things. But they don't go to, like, the really small towns.
This one's the boiled duck.
Gross.
No, no, but there's a name he's forming for it. But that's beside the point. As the noble excuses himself after relaying some of this information to you, giving it, excuse, I have to go back and start doing some preparing to go and see some light boasting. Oh, I've got to prepare for when I go and see the king in the city in the next couple of days, so if you would excuse me.
See ya.
Perception checks from all four of you, please.
Ash.
Yes! 5 plus
4 is 9.
Mine.
5 plus 4.
It's 9.
9. Fucking hell.
Yeah, well, I got a 4.
Yeah, well, this is 2 weeks of bad dice luck.
I got a 15.
I have a 24.
Give me that one, Mac.
Okay.
I apparently just
So-
don't know how to roll dice anymore.
The thing that Joe, Sai, and Goal notice is Cleaver doing his regular scans of the room, his very promptly timed and routine checks of the room. Cleaver doesn't really see anything off, but there notices that something like a tankard, an empty tankard sitting on one of the tables, has moved out of place ever so slightly. He's like, that seems odd.
I will walk over.
So, Cleaver walks over to the table. Make an investigation check. Why not? This will be fun.
Inspector Gadget.
Natural 20.
Inspector Gadget.
Right there.
Confirmed.
Very good, very good. That brings your investigation up to
22.
nice. As you walk over and you investigate the glass or the tankard in this shift, you do see that it has actually indeed moved ever so slightly. You can see that the slight layer of dust on the table that has gathered has been disturbed. You see a damp half ring from where the tankard had been sitting, and the condensation had built up around the bottom of the cup. And you, looking around, you also look off the edge of the table and see that in some of the dust on the floor, there's what looks to be a disturbance, possibly from a cloak. And you see the toe print of a pointed boot. But you scan the room again, and you don't see anyone else in the bar, or in the tavern, wearing that type of footwear.
Guys, follow the footprints.
Sure, make a survival check.
22.
Fucking hell.
And I go to Sherry and go, I will be leaving now.
Where do you go? What you find?
I'll just keep walking.
What? It's so hard to find good help these days.
Whatever happened to that other guy you had?
Look, I've only had him and you on occasion.
Oh yeah, I am the other guy.
Haven't I helped out once?
I don't consider you bamfing somebody out of the bar help. Especially when we're still looking for him.
Yeah, that spell did kind of go awry. He'll turn up eventually.
It's been a year now?
No,
He-
6 months.
Oh, well,
He may have showed up on another continent.
or another plane of existence.
Or both. So, you follow this one... So, you notice the direction of travel of this footstep, and you start following it, and you see another footprint. And you notice that the second footprint that you see is what appears to be about the space it would take one of the normal people about 2 strides to reach before it touches down.
Okay.
And you look around and you see a third footprint. And you follow it around to the back corner of the bar. And then walks across the back of the room. And then you see a footstep on the bottom stair going upstairs.
Just run upstairs.
Okay. You can't not notice this. You could roll a 1 and you would still notice that Cleaver is apparently following an invisible trail through the bar and then proceeds to head upstairs.
Do we follow?
I don't know. Do you guys even
I'm talking
meet
to
up?
I'm talking to my owl. Do we follow him? He could.
I can't do
Him.
now.
Just him.
Are you
Why?
arguing with your owl?
The owl looks at you and then looks back to the stairs where you've already proceeded upstairs. Like, you're not waiting for anybody.
No.
Oh,
Why
Looks
would I?
back at you and cocks his head in the direction,
I need to learn how to speak owl.
there's a spell for that.
Speak with animals.
Mm-hmm.
It's also a fae, so I could just be speaking.
So, if you cast
Sylvan.
Speak with Animals, you'd be able to understand him in Sylvan.
True.
Because if you didn't speak Sylvan
I just-
and cast Speak with Animals,
I pat him on his head and he's just like, I'm.
Goal, what are you doing? He's arguing with himself and his owl about whether or not he should follow.
It's too weird. Like, come on, we gotta go.
Has he been in the bad oil, Sherry?
He's a fucking construct, man. He doesn't drink or eat.
Well, still has to keep lubricated.
There's arcane sources of lubrication. He's probably got his own source.
I'm going to see what Bucket of Bolts is doing.
I'm not your master. I'm not your employer currently.
Well,
What do you
I'm
want?
just letting you know.
Don't care. As long as my tavern isn't burnt to the ground, I don't care.
That only almost happened once, and I
Twice.
apologized. Only once from me.
Okay.
The oil fire in the back was not started by me.
No, that's fair. That wasn't you. For once.
Whatever happened to that guy that started that fire? I'm going to go follow.
Yeah, that's a good plan. Good plan.
I'm going to go follow
Cleaver.
Flavor, yes.
I'm gonna sneakily follow him.
Roll stealth.
Okay. This is gonna turn out badly. 12
Plus
plus 5.
17.
17.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
I ain't see shit.
I know you're not seeing shit.
You're too busy arguing with your owl.
You sure your name isn't Harry?
It's,
Harry Potter.
Well, the only one who... Actually, there's only 2 people who actually notice that you sneak off and want to share, and...
She doesn't give a shit?
No.
Good.
And the other one, you can't quite see.
God damn it.
Your perception check was not high enough.
Damn it.
But you follow after. Actually, you roll perception. You see Goal leave.
that's 14.
No. Yeah. You see Goal leave to follow up. You saw Cleaver go upstairs. There's now 2 individuals that you know of in town who are deciding to head upstairs.
This is too weird. I gotta go. We gotta go. Let's go.
Whoo! 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 He flies off and sits up in one of the rafters. Very staring at you, very perturbed.
I dismiss him.
One green feather flies. Alright. So the 4 of you head upstairs. You get upstairs, and you're looking around, and there's a footstep at the top of the stairs. And make a perception check.
$23.
Hell.
Way to roll, Caleb.
You get to the top of the stairs, you register the footprint that of this individual that you've been following, and you hear the sound of a door at the end of the hall to the right side. I was about to say left, but I need to change that up. This whole being a left-handed thing, everything leans to the left.
Can confirm.
That was good. That was good.
I'm actually being good for once.
That's a surprise.
I'll pick up the slack.
I know.
You hear a door at the end of the hall on the right-hand side. You just hear it
It's a letter candy reference.
latch shut.
I walk over to it.
Okay. As you get to the door, Goal and Joe get to the top of the stairs.
And I get to the bottom.
You're about halfway up. You see Goal standing at the top of the stairs. The hallway is wide enough for 2 people to stand side by side. Or you, by yourself.
I'm a big
Wide
boy.
load coming through!
It's a natural shield.
I weigh a lot too.
He probably hits like a truck.
The Mack truck.
Yeah.
I was thinking more like Optimus Prime.
Yeah. Could be.
Let's get to the snow.
What? Fuck you. Not you. Mother Nature.
Not the people in the
I was gonna say him.
No, that's later. How to piss you off.
Oh, so many things piss me off.
It's just going to work. Anyway,
Like, what if Jeff?
so, you're halfway down the stairs. You 2 are at the top of the stairs. You are at the end of the hall. You guys stop and listen, please.
Yes, sir.
Let's try and summon lightning.
It's not gonna work yet.
I tried.
Later, princess.
The fuck do you want?
You 2 see Cleaver at the end of the hall with an arm raised, assuming you're planning on knocking.
I'm in there! Bang!
Wow. That's impressive.
Strength check.
Strength or athletics?
Strength check.
9.
I'm sorry, who is this?
9?
Well, I got a +4 modifier.
Oh.
Yeah, he
She's
got
a
9
derp and
total.
I love her.
Oh, 9 total.
Do you know her?
Okay.
I've talked to
You
her
knock
several
on the
times.
door,
Huh.
saying,
Not-
I know you're in there. And,
I'm sorry.
you know,
Aww.
it's
Thanks for
a
the
fairly
apology.
Sorry.
powerful knock, but, you know, you kind of held back a little bit. By a little bit, you kind of held back because you didn't want to break the door again, or break another door today. And,
I didn't break the door. The door just didn't open fast enough.
perception check.
$24.
You listen. You listen very carefully. You put the side of your metal head against the door. You hear the sound of cloth rustling, and then nothing. For a brief moment.
Hold my sword out and swing at the door.
At this point,
You've reached the
I've
top
reached
of
the top of
the
the stairs, and all I see is.
You see him reach back, grab the sword, and in one smooth motion,
Fuck! I don't
he
have whole
goes-
person.
He goes and pulls the sword off of his back in an attack against the door. Are you two doing anything?
I'm waiting to see how this plays out.
Me
I
too.
cast message.
Like
Be like,
this.
no, don't do that.
You hear,
In your head.
no, don't do that.
I don't care.
Make an attack roll against the door.
24.
Our first bit of combat, and it's against a door.
I message.
Wait, this sounds a lot like your campaign.
I message
Yeah.
Sherry. Sherry.
Sherry's
Roll
gonna-
damage.
Sherry's going to need another door. You know mending?
No.
17.
Well, what used to be a door and part of a wall are now splinters.
And part of a wall. Well, a wall in parts.
Hold on. Heimdall, aka Idris Elba, has COVID. I'm sorry, it's
Important.
Heimdall's namesake. I'm gonna shut up now.
He has COVID?
It's coronavirus.
COVID,
COVID-19.
The virus.
the
that's going
viral
around.
plague.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just tested positive.
Is he in Nova Scotia?
No, it's just sad because it's Heimdall.
Oh, yeah.
It's how I named my dog. Well, more reasons than him, but
Okay.
because of the Thor movies, the eyes.
So, what used to be a door and a wall,
Are now a pile of splinters
probably
and
sawdust.
sawdust.
And I walk into the room.
What,
I know you're in here.
What room?
Still use your same perception check. It's an empty room.
Well,
What you see in the room, there's a bed that is still made. There is a dresser, kind of like a full dresser, kind of like just pantry there, except it's just 2 doors, about that tall. Doors are closed. The window is closed. The window still looks locked. It does not appear to be anybody in there, but you see a footprint and dust, the disturbance of dust from a cloak. You see another footprint near the closet, and one near the window. You two have reached the breach in the wall.
Good job.
Looking in, perception checks from you two. You are, while they're doing their perception checks, you're just getting up to it.
I don't know, I'm turning around, going back
Oh, you
downstairs.
turn around and go back up.
I'm gonna tell Sherry what that noise was.
You said you sent a message to Sherry. What did you say?
Your Warforged friend just broke down a door.
Uh,
With his sword.
He did more than break down the door. He broke down half the hallway.
You didn't hear him saying this because he
No.
used the
No.
message.
I used message.
I'm just saying out of
Cher
character.
replies, well, I guess I need to put another order in for a door. And part of the wall. And stop him before he does too much more damage to the place.
Message back. One swing from that sword will kill me.
You don't get a reply. But you get an overwhelming sensation of expectation and a mild sense of dread that if you don't, your drinks might not be quite what you expect them to be. You two, perception rolls.
12.
12?
7.
You see a Warforged construct walking around the room, checking the bed, checking the floor,
Checking the bed.
walking up to, like, literally grabs the bed frame, lifts the bed up, looks underneath, puts the bed back down, goes up to the dresser. Did you open the dresser? Or the closet?
Yes.
Okay. You open the closet. And in the closet, you see a black cloak.
Elton John.
He's not in the closet.
That's a long time ago.
That's fair.
He exploded from the closet with glitter a long time ago.
Not in this.
The black cloak?
You see a black cloak, just a single black cloak, hanging on a wooden hanger.
I grab it.
And one boot.
You reach for the cloak,
It
and
purrs.
your hand passes through the cloak.
He's going to Narnia.
Oh, yay!
Well, why did that happen now?
And that's when I get over there. Illusions!
What are those?
It's a type of magic. It makes things appear to be in one place when they actually aren't.
I know you're in here. Last warning.
I do believe you are the only one in that room.
I start swinging my sword
Okay.
in circles.
Excuse me.
Your first swing, you swing at the dresser, at the inside of the dresser in the cloak.
Mm.
Your sword passes.
Wait! Stop swinging the sword!
Your sword passes through the dresser, through the cloak. The whole back and inside of the dresser
I can help!
is an illusion. You've come to determine, with his brief explanation of illusions being making things appear to be there when they're not,
I reach into the dresser.
your arm goes into the dresser through the cloak, and when you expect to feel the back wall of the dresser, your arm keeps going through.
I just walk into it.
You guys see the Warforged walk into the dresser, crouch down, hunch over, make himself as small as he can to fit into this dresser, and he disappears into the dresser.
I had a perception of 12. Do I see any more than that?
No.
I hate you. Well, if you can't beat him, join him. I follow him in.
You guys, for the first time, notice that Joe is standing there with you, and then once she says, well, if you can't beat him, join him, you see she walks into the room and into the dresser.
I grab
Sigh.
Sai and I go, well, may as well join them. And I walk into the dresser.
Are Are you trying to resist this, or do you just?
I just let it happen.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not small, but you know,
But when
compared to a Goliath, yeah.
when the Goliath grabs
Let's go.
your shoulder and goes, yeah, I guess we're going.
I
to...
know how to walk.
You half walk and they're half drug through
Woo, drugs.
the dresser.
I just grabbed him by the head and dragged him in.
All of you roll
Okay,
perception checks.
if you're grabbing me by the head, I'm fighting it.
Everybody?
Everyone.
Perception?
God damn it, 12 again.
21.
You have betrayed me for the last time.
I got 16 this time.
16.
Is a 4.
It's a 4.
Passive.
You two see a Warforged. A dark hallway of stone. Looks kind of like a cave. You see the same thing, except you don't see them because they're behind you. But you sense their presence following you through.
I don't care.
I know you don't care. But I'm just saying, you sense their presence. You don't care, but you sense it. You see what looks to be a long stone hallway, tunnel, and you see 2 sets of footprints, and 1 footstep every 4 footprints on the left and the right side of the 1 footprint. You? What was yours? 21?
21.
You occasionally see you see the same 3 sets of footprints. And occasionally, the set of footprints in the center, there's a bit of a toe drag. You get a sense that this individual was caught snooping where they probably shouldn't have been, got caught, and started to be
Got.
Got it?
was
Get.
Get
Good.
caught and is now being taken down this tunnel.
Has he been a bad boy?
Probably.
I don't think this is that kind of dungeon.
You don't know yet!
What do you say?
What do you do?
How deep is...
It looks like it goes on for about
How?
20, 25 feet before you can kind of see a bit of a curve, a bit of a turn to the left at the end.
Is it tall enough for him to stand up straight in?
He has to hunch a little bit, but he could stand up right if he really wanted to. Just every
that's fine. I don't
odd
need to.
step, he'd scrape the top of his head.
That doesn't matter. I'm not going to try to stand straight because I'm going to go, I know you're in here. I am tired of this. And I just run.
Oh, shit.
What's your speed?
30.
30? Okay. You all hear this, obviously.
Oh,
What are
we're
you
definitely
doing?
hearing something.
At the time that you make the realization that the middle set of footprints is of somebody who has been caught snooping and is now being possibly roughly guided down this tunnel from Toskov. You also hear him go, I know you're in here, and then you see him get into a runner's crouch just as he's about to start running down the hall.
No. Wait,
Cleaver.
wait.
Cleaver.
I don't hear what they're saying and I just run.
Message.
I follow.
Wait.
I follow.
I follow too, and I just look at Sai, and I'm just like,
I'm coming. Just.
Are you running
Fuck
to
off.
try to keep up?
I'm gonna run to try and keep up.
Okay.
I look at Sai.
I'm gonna walk
and
down the hallway. I don't give a fuck.
No, you should saunter.
I'm mosey.
All
Sorry.
right, that's your choice. Are you running to keep up?
Yep.
Okay. So the three of you sprint down the hallway, down the tunnel. You round the corner. You don't care. As you come around the corner, make an acrobatics check.
Just our Warforged buddy.
Yep.
He didn't check for traps.
6.
Okay. Good. As you come around the turn in the hall, in the tunnel, you just happen to catch in your peripheral vision a human male in a deep, like, forest green cloak, just kind of standing, has 2 daggers out, just kind of crouched and waiting. As you run by, he goes to make a strike against you, and his daggers clang off of your metal form, alerting those 2 who are running behind you that somebody's there. You don't care, you just keep going. You missed him. If you had rolled high enough, you would have tackled him, would have run straight into him, and probably done a fair amount of damage. Because you're an object in motion,
Yes, I am.
running at full speed.
Yes.
Does it
I guess
echo?
I skid to a stop.
Oh, it echoes.
So I would hear it.
Probably, yeah.
Shit, I gotta run. I hike up my rope and I start yeeting myself down the hallway.
Yeetin'.
Okay.
Jotun.
I skid to a stop.
Me too. I look at you and I go, well, that didn't sound so good.
Nope. But it sounds like fun for us.
Yeah.
As you guys round the corner, you also see the individual with the human male. It's about 5'7", 2 daggers out, forest green cloak.
I'm assuming those daggers are slightly damaged now.
It might be a bit of a chip in one.
He's just staring at it sadly.
Yeah, he's looking at his daggers. He is not expecting you because the echoing, thudding, thundering movements of the Warforged running down the hall, running past him, kind of caught him off guard. You come around the corner, you see this one guy kind of chilling here, just like looking over his shoulder at the Warforged, running away. Not even paying attention.
Bye, friend.
What? What the?
Excuse me. Did you see a metal guy run past here?
What? Clang, 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 clang.
He turns around, sees you,
What the?
and then he goes...
Did you see a metal guy here?
Bam!
What's your AC?
20.
Jesus Christ.
What?
He's wearing full plate armor.
Yeah.
Oh, shield.
He turns, he sees you because you're fairly obvious. And he throws one of the daggers at you. The dagger clangs off the shield. You do have your shield on?
Yeah.
The dagger clangs off the shield. He's now left with 1 dagger, looks at you. You 2 roll initiative. And roll initiative as well.
Me as well.
Yeah. He attacked you. That's a 18.
Why?
+3.
Yep. It's a 21.
14.
Now, I roll high.
Because I have 0 initiative
That means
bonus.
you're good at combat. And you just you leave the shenanigans to everybody else. You perform combat shenanigans.
I look at him, I'm like, well, that was the wrong answer.
No.
Why are you guys...
She's chewing on it.
So, Joe,
Yeah.
you're first up.
Damn it.
You are standing to the
Left?
right. You're standing to the right side of Goal. You saw the man in the cloak throw one of his 2 daggers at Goal. Then now it's your turn. You've made an attack against one of your compatriots. It's your turn.
So I'm in close range?
You are within probably about 20 feet of him.
Does that call for bow or swords?
You can move up into combat. He's about 20 feet from the 2 of you.
You can shoot him.
You can shoot him if you want.
Plug him between the eyes.
I draw my bow.
Okay.
And I shoot him.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Is that a 19?
That is a 19.
Plus...
7.
Yeah.
23. That's going to hit.
26, sir. 19 plus 7.
26, yeah.
Welcome to Fun with Math, the D&D edition.
So,
Fun
you
with
then...
Math, not math.
So you hit him with the bow.
Mm-hmm.
Roll
That would be more
1d...
8.
Yeah, 1d8 plus 3.
Really
This
chase
one?
that dragon.
This
No,
one.
this one. 6.
Plus 3 is 9.
9. Yeah.
Cool. So he throws a dagger, bounces off your shield, then takes an arrow to the right shoulder. He stumbles back a little bit, and he's like, "Oh, what? Why are you here? How did you find this place?"
What is this place?
You don't know? Well, then I'm not telling you.
Fine.
Well, sir, if you don't start telling us what we want to know, we're going to have to start cracking skulls.
He tries to take a couple of steps back into the shadows, crouches down, pretends to hide, and then with his pulls
Sir,
out
it's not Skyrim.
a little hand crossbow and takes a shot at you. And that's not gonna hit.
Ting!
A bolt about that long fires out of this crossbow. You deflect it with your shield, and now it's your turn. You can still see him.
Okay, I can still see him?
Yep.
I just calmly walk over to him.
Okay. You walk up to him, and he's like, "Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit."
So, I give you choice. A or B. Choose now.
What were the choices again?
A or B.
Yeah, what was A?
A is you answer our questions. B is we break your skull.
Well, I'm going to die anyway, whether I give you information or not. This is... You know what? Just kill me.
Alright. I take out my great axe and I swing at him.
Okay.
Okay. Boom.
14 plus 7.
14 plus 7 hits.
Yes. Cool.
I saw 23, by the way.
You don't know that.
21.
21.
14 plus 7.
21, right.
So that is a 7 points of damage. Oh, wait. Hang on.
I'm not drunk enough for math.
I get to re-roll my 1s and 2s for great weapon. That's a little bit better. 11.
11?
Yeah.
So you put your shield away to pull it with your great axe?
Yeah.
Okay.
I put my
Or
shield
you
away.
you would drop it because putting it away takes your action.
Yeah, I drop it.
Clang, 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 clang.
No,
Slash.
I was more so questioning why you have a great axe when you have a shield as well.
Because raisins.
Raisins.
Okay.
Goal!
You hit. The axe embeds itself in his left shoulder. Because he's got an arrow sticking out. His right one.
You had to make it even.
Yeah, gotta even there.
Thunk.
There's a deep gash across in his shoulder and then across his chest. And it brings us to Jost.
Sai.
What was your initiative, Sai?
Nice shot.
It was 7.
Okay. You come around the corner and you see
Robe hiked up.
so that would have been probably about 15 feet of your movement to enter up into combat. So you have 15 feet of movement left.
Mm-hmm.
You see this this cloaked individual with an arrow sticking out of his right shoulder. He's got a giant battle axe gash in his left shoulder. He's looking rough.
Ooh, that looks terrible. It looks like you need some numbing agent. And I cast Frostbite.
Wait. Okay.
He needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
What's the DC he needs to beat?
15.
He rolls a 15 naturally, plus 2 for 17. Takes half damage.
No, just... It's a cantrip. When he takes no damage on a successful save.
So you go and cast Frostbite, and please read the spell description, because it's one of the few spells I'm not familiar with.
Cause numbing frost to form on one creature that you can see within range. The target must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the target takes 1d6 cold damage and has disadvantage on the next weapon attack roll it makes. The spell's damage increases during level increases.
You see the frost start to form on bits of the armor. He looks and he's just like, shrugs it off. Kind of
No!
takes
What?
kind of shakes it off, looks at you. He exhales a deep, painful breath, and you see like the frost of his breath. But he remains unhurt by your spell.
How dare you?
How dare you? Joe, it's your turn.
I would assume he didn't say that like that. How dare you?
Just for story-wise, Cleaver,
Yeah.
you're still running, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that he's got another 60 feet ahead of you guys. He's about 90 feet ahead.
Shit. Too far.
Should I stay or should I go?
Should I stay or should I go now?
So the human is looking rough. There's still little bits of frost at the edges of his leather armor and on the hem of his cloak. He's breathing hard. He's not doing too well. He's bleeding pretty profusely from that gash across his shoulder and chest. He might not be long for the world.
What is this place?
Darling, if you're a big alive friend, I couldn't get me to talk.
I step on his open, bleeding wound.
He's He's still standing.
Kick him in the nutsack.
I kick him in the nutsack.
He now is doubled over.
And
make an
then
attack roll.
make an attack roll. That's terrible.
Is it that one?
Hold on. Oh, a 40. You go to kick him in the nutsack, and he brings his hands down to block, still holding the dagger. You end up kicking the dagger for 4 points of piercing damage.
What does that mean?
Means you take 4 points of piercing damage.
Okay, where do I put that?
So let's cycle over to your character. There you go. You tap the hit points. You go to damage.
Mm-hmm.
In the middle. I think. Go for it.
Yeah. He's startled by the sudden attempt, but manages to get his dagger into place, and
I went to kick him in the nuts and instead ended up with a foot full of dagger.
Yep.
I rolled a 1.
Are bad. Natural ones are even worse in this campaign now.
Oh, great.
So upon
1/3 to
being
Frodo.
pierced, I let loose a string of profanities that would curdle the blood of any man.
He's taken much more aback by the string of curses than the sudden attempt to kick him in the nads. But now is his turn.
So I just kind of like side eyes you. Shit. I'm at the bar constantly, and I've not heard that much cursing in one night.
I've never heard so much cursing from one so fair.
Yeah. The
Looks can be deceiving.
cloaked individual uses his bonus action to disengage from two of you, because you moved up in the melee. Kick him. Actually, what he's going to do is he's going to make an attack against you first. And I doubt a 9 is going to hit you.
Definitely not.
How do I know?
AC.
Armor class 14.
Yeah.
No.
So he goes and makes a strike against you with his dagger. He misses. He's like, shit! Uses his bonus action to disengage to avoid getting attacked, and starts running 30 feet after him, actually.
Do I have to do a thing?
Nope. Neither of you get to do a thing.
Alright.
Goal, it's your turn.
I run up to the
I need to pee.
human.
Okay. You run up. He's like, oh shit. Not again. Here we go.
I'm going to smite him.
Yay! Smite! That'll teach him.
Oh, this is gonna be bad.
Uh, 24 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
You sacrifice a spell slot to deal 1 plus spell level d8 radiant damage plus an extra plus 1d8 extra damage versus undead fiends when you hit with a melee weapon attack. So he's not a fiend or an undead, so it's the 1 extra d8. Oh, no.
I don't think he's surviving.
Let's see, 16 plus 7.
23.
23 points of damage.
16 plus 7.
Yeah. And I just used up one of my spell slots.
Your sword, or great axe, comes down, embedding itself almost half of the head of the great axe is embedded into this human's body. He is dead. And if you hadn't used a smite on this individual, you would be spending the next couple of minutes trying to get him off the sword. But
Axe.
off the axe. But with the radiant energy coursing through the attack, he actually is consumed by holy fire and kind of disintegrates off the axe. And he's like, oh.
Remind me not to piss you off. Sorry. Remind me not to piss you off! So you're kind of down the hall and I'm not beside you.
I go and calmly pick up my shield and put the axe back on my back. And I try to catch up to our Warforged friend.
Your Warforged friend is now
Friend.
Buddy.
20 feet. Well, he's another 60 feet down the hall, so it's 140 feet ahead of you. But as he comes around a turn to the right, it's a snaking tunnel.
Yeah.
He looks up and sees that there's what looks to be daylight and the entrance or exit of the tunnel. He starts running and running, and you guys come around the same corner, and you also see the exit of this tunnel. As you run out, you look around, and you're pretty familiar with the land that you've been living in for the last couple of years, that you've been born into. You're looking around, and make a perception check.
All of us?
Not yet.
Not 20.
For a total?
26.
You look around, and the area doesn't look familiar to you. You see trees that you've never seen before. There's a field off to the right, just past a line of these strange orangey red fir trees. You assume they have a similar appearance to fir trees, but they're an orangey red color. They don't look dead. They appear to be, reasonably healthy trees. And the field out front, the flora, the grass and whatnot, would be about knee height on you. And it also has a similar, slightly redder, with hints of orange tinge to it, blowing in a wind that you don't feel. Well, you don't feel anything. So, but it appears to be blowing in a wind.
You don't feel it. Why doesn't he feel it? Right.
It's enough. It's enough strangeness to kind of put you at pause long enough for the other three to come out. And they get just outside the mouth of the cave, and now you three can make perception checks. The obvious.
Oh, of course. Now I rolled it.
14 plus
4 should be 8.
That's
4.
11.
18.
19.
Okay. You see the obvious.
Yeah.
Strange looking trees, strange colors. You kind of can see the field off to the right there, but you definitely see, you almost run into the back of the Warforged.
Hey, what in the... Whoa!
Ting, ting, ting.
ba do do do.
Oh, fuck off!
We watched the Babadook last night.
Okay, no wonder she's pouting in the sofa.
Yep.
That kid made me want to choke children.
Right? Right?
Always want to choke children.
Not all.
Not always.
90% of the time.
I'd say it.
Also, I might have, like,
50%.
shrieked at one point, and Heimdall protected me by laying on top of me.
That's
Yeah.
good dog.
As dogs do.
So you two see the trees,
Well, we're fucked.
see the field. You manage to stop in time before running into the Warforged. And actually, Cleaver also looks around behind himself and sees you three. He makes a very strange observation.
Why did you follow?
No, that's not the observation I was going to say. You see past them, and you don't see the mouth of the cave that you just ran out of. You guys don't see the mouth of the cave that you ran out of.
So,
Well, fuck.
I want to make an Arcana check to see if this is the place that I think it is.
Now I ask you, why'd you follow?
Because fun.
Not natural 20?
Not natural 20? This is a place that you've heard about.
This is the Feywild, isn't it? This is the Feywild, isn't it?
Oh.
What is said Feywild?
I don't want to be here.
Why not?
Because things are fucky in the Feywild.
Yay!
Make a history check, please.
17.
And you're pretty sure from the coloration of the trees.
We're in
and
the Autumn Court.
You would be in the Autumn Court.
Oh, we're fucked!
Why?
We're fucked! We're fucked.
Why?
We're all gonna die.
Why?
Feywild.
Why?
Autumn Court.
So?
Fuck.
I started walking.
So?
Existential crisis!
I don't understand. What?
Upside the head gently.
No, but like seriously, guys, what's up?
With a lay on hands so he doesn't get hurt.
You can non-lethal
Yeah.
slap him in the back of the head.
I'm
It's
going
not
to do a
gonna-
non-lethal, non-damaging slap in the back.
It's fine. He's distracted with his existential crisis. If
Guys.
You slap in the back of the head, just kind of snaps him out of it.
Guys.
What?
What's the
Who are you?
problem?
Speak clearly and stop freaking out before I smite thee.
The Feywild is a place where fairies are.
Yeah. Okay.
The
So.
Fey.
Yeah. And.
And they tricky and shit, and I don't like it.
Okay, but what's wrong with the whole Autumn Court thing? Looks pretty here.
Oh, it looks pretty.
Hmm?
But it's fucky.
Why? What kind of fucky? Are we talking like fucky?
What kind of fucky?
Well,
What can I describe to them?
as you ask, what kind of fucky, and you're walking away.
Hi,
No, don't walk away.
No, I just walk.
No.
Too late. He's already walked away.
Oh, you fucked.
Yeah. Leave him to his own devices, because he's his own device. As you ask what's fucky about it, a voice from behind the three of you goes, "Well, you fool not leave here."
Fuck.
I turn around.
My ears perk up to that timbre of voice. Eyebrow raised, turn around.
You see,
Chest puffed out.
A little bit.
you see,
Puffed up, but you tough, but.
you see a 7 foot tall elf-esque figure with a kind of scraggly red mane, slightly elongated features with golden cat-like eyes with emerald green irises.
Ooh, pretty.
It looks at each one of you. It looks at your back as you're still walking.
I said okay.
It's like,
Don't mind him.
Don't mind me.
oh, I'll mind you three.
I'll mind you right back there, sailor.
You're entertaining.
So are you.
Don't do that.
This is another plane of existence,
He
not a lava life
extends a hand.
You just dated yourself, lava life?
I know.
Ooh,
Well,
Nelly.
I mean, it's not AshleyMadison.com.
He extends a hand to you with fingers that are elongated, slightly longer than normal. His arms seem slightly longer than you would be accustomed to.
He's a changeling, isn't he?
He's wearing a
He's a U-type
green
person.
and orange robe. And he's like, the name is Ortega. I'm one of, I suppose you would say, one of the lords of the Feywild. Would you care to join me for dinner?
I am Joe. I take his hand.
His fingers wrap almost completely around your hand. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Joe.
Can I roll a perception check?
Perception or insight?
Insight. 14.
I don't think he's interested in the rest of us.
Oh, I'm very interested in all.
18.
He seems well-mannered, playful.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of tricky to get a good read on, but he seems nice enough. He is genuinely offering you to join him for dinner.
I'm intrigued enough to accept. And anybody hungry?
You know what? If he's offering.
I'm not eating anything here.
Dude, it's not Hades.
While you are looking at him and he says, I'm not eating anything here, you see just the ever slightest twitch of a smile at the corner of his mouth. Just a little...
Not mine.
Yours?
No, Artegan's. It's just...
I've heard things. I've read things.
What have you heard? What have you read?
Don't eat.
Enlightened.
Don't eat in the Feywild, or you can never leave.
Yeah, it seems nice enough here.
I slap him upside the head again.
Stop that!
Stop freaking out!
Do you understand?
Hold on a second.
Hold on to your underthings.
I'm
We're
not
going-
wearing any.
Well,
We're going
that's
to pause with you
unfortunate.
guys and jump to you. You start walking away. At least you start thinking you're walking away. You guys notice that he's been walking for the entirety of
Has it
this
moved?
conversation. May have moved all of 5 feet.
I think you're broke.
I don't feel broke.
You look around and you
have money?
come to the logical conclusion that during this whole conversation, you haven't moved more than 5 feet.
I walk over to the new front, to the new lion thingy.
Lion thingy?
He stands to his full height, and he is at eye level with you. He's like,
I stand up more and like,
he's,
Still
as you stand up taller, he's still at eye level with you.
I walk over to him and go, hi!
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Is it? I trust you a lot more than I trust him.
It's always a pleasure to make new friends.
Well, somebody literally made him.
I can see that.
Hi.
Hello.
He wants you as a sex bot.
What is sex bot?
No, that was Kyle too. To Caleb, not.
I mean, some of the stuff you say out of character would be better in character.
Probably. We're gonna change your name to Fisto.
So, who's ready for dinner?
Anyway, just 1 second. So, you've managed to find one of the secret doors into the Feywild.
Wish we didn't.
I
So,
mean,
come now.
Quit
The
being
Autumn
so
Court.
rude.
The Autumn Court is quite nice this time of year.
Isn't it always autumn here?
Well, you could say it's a tumble.
I mean, to be fair, it's
To be fair,
To be fair.
it's not like it's not every day you enter a closet and you come out the other end in another realm of existence.
That depends on
Isn't
what you
it?
look for.
oh,
It's not an everyday occurrence, unless you piss off a wizard or something.
or you just live.
I
an
wish
exciting
I was
life.
that powerful.
Also
I
depends
could-
on how long you live for.
Well, there are always ways of acquiring that type of power.
Please don't make me smite you. You saw what happened to the last guy I smitten.
Smote.
Smote?
Yes.
Smote-titted?
Smote.
Smitten is what he is with her.
Oy vey. So tell me more about this dinner.
Well,
Rumble. Oh, fuck.
oh, somebody sounds like they're hungry.
Fuck.
I shall join for this festivity, but I will not partake.
Well, you strike me as one who needs no such thing as nourishment.
No. I am not of the simple kind.
Hey.
No, you certainly are not. Please, walk with me. And he starts to walk towards the field. And as you all join, you realize that after what seems to be a few short minutes, you have passed through the tree line, through the field, through into the forest on the other side of the field.
Through the trees.
And after probably 45 minutes total of travel, you come across a fairly nice, I suppose one could consider it a witch's cottage.
Is it made of gingerbread?
It is not.
Okay.
It's a very nice building. It's got... Actually, you guys arrive at a large building that is hut shape in nature. It looks like 3 witches' huts all kind of...
That's one pimp
Joy.
witch.
There are 2 large trees growing up through the center of the 2 larger buildings, and branches extend out, and they look like large maple trees, very large, tree star-esque leaves of red and gold. There's a chimney with a trickle of white smoke coming up out of it. Tagan looks at the 4 of you and goes, "Welcome to my humble abode." everyone make perception checks.
God damn it! 9.
Do you have a sense of smell?
No.
Disadvantage.
17.
Well, let's say that I don't have a sense of smell. Just don't breathe. At all.
Okay. Fair.
14.
14. Kyle?
17.
9.
Oh, yeah, I should still need to roll.
Yeah.
I don't breathe anything, so. 11.
Okay. 14?
Yep, 14.
You guys, all of you, kind of catch a faint smell of. It smells to be like roasting venison. What?
Wouldn't be able to smell anything. There's the intake of air, and I don't breathe.
Okay. So, everyone other than you gets a whiff of roasting venison?
Yum.
Roasting meat. A faint sweet smell in the air, in the smoke. And as Artigan walks up to the door opens on its own, and you're all hit with the scent of fresh bread, roast meat, and there's still that strange, slightly sweet scent to the air.
Yummy.
Artagan takes a glance at the four of you, and then walks inside, gesturing for you to follow him.
I follow.
I follow and I drag our half-orc friend with us.
You don't have to because he's walking in.
As you all enter, you guys just entered the home of Artagan.
Can I call you Artie?
You know, people have called me that in the past. So sure, why not?
None of them are here.
You've just been invited into his home. You guys got whiffs of fresh bread, cooked meat. Cleaver is trying to process. And as you all walk in, the door closes behind you. And what's your passive?
12.
16! Kyle.
Passive is 12.
Passive?
So it's your perception score plus 10.
And her perception is 4.
14.
So 14.
Okay. So you two notice behind the door, what at first you thought was the door closing on its own was actually just two little fairies behind the door closed it, and they flit by and head into one of the adjoining rooms where you smell the food cooking. Artigan looks at you all and says, please, follow me a little bit further. We're going to join me in the dining room.
Okie
And he walks off to one of the rooms on the left. There's no door, it's just an open archway. And in the room, there's a round table that doesn't look big enough for all of you to sit at. But as you all start taking your seats, you find that there is enough space for all of you.
Interesting.
Hardigan snaps his fingers, and two fairies fly in, each of them carrying a different covered tray. They set them on the table. Plates, wooden plates, and utensils appear in front of you. And the fairies remove the lids before going back out of the room, and you hear as one of them flies by you two. You hear,
Ooh, guests. Haven't had guests in years.
fly out of the room and keep bringing in covered trays of food. There is what looks to be a small Wyld deer, spit roasted. There's fresh vegetables. There's sliced bread. Everything is.
What's the deer spit roasted on?
Probably metal, not dicks.
Spit roasted, not being spit roasted.
Smack. Oh, I actually got your hair there. I'm trying to not.
I don't think I've ever gotten this space from him before.
Trust me, you'll see it a lot when you are role playing with us.
Yay!
Probably. As the final tray is brought in, it's a larger tray that sits in the center of the table. The cover comes off, and it looks like a large jungle cat of sorts. Also roasted. Cardigan stands.
What the fuck is that?
Oh. It's just one of the local fauna around this area. I suppose it would be akin to what you'd be familiar with as a leopard or panther type creature.
I don't usually eat those.
Oh, it's a delicacy here. In fact, probably one of my favorites. As he stands, a large knife appears in his hand, and he starts carving off meats and whatnot, and he turns to the rest of you. Please, feel free. Dish up from the vegetables, enjoy the bread. Help yourselves.
I need you to promise me one thing.
Oh.
That the rumors I have heard of if you eat food here in the Feywild, that you don't get to leave afterwards, are false.
Oh. They're totally false. You get to leave eventually.
Can I roll insight on
I'm already doing
By
that.
all means, feel
I'll roll
free.
insight as well.
I don't care because I don't worry about that.
Ah, crap, that's just a 9.
I got a
18.
18.
He's not lying about the eventual part.
So then how long would we have to stay here?
Well,
And what would we do to pass the time?
And does... if she's not believing him, I'm not believing him. And if, does it reset the timer if we eat again?
Good question.
it's very
I am the smart.
I'm apparently not. Wise but not intelligent.
I mean, I'm doing you a favor by helping you sate your hunger. I would expect a favor in return. Just a little... something, just a little quest, so to speak, to aid, and then I can easily help you find your way back.
Filled with murder, mayhem, and almost certainly death for me.
I'm in.
Dicks.
What the hell?
Those
I'm looking
two.
for some extra adventure, and I just go and start plating myself up some food.
What is said adventure?
Well, we should not be discussing business at the dinner table.
Is that
Stand
what
up
we're
and walk
calling
away then.
But that's fine.
I am not at dinner table now, but now we shall talk.
I'm still at the dinner table.
I will wait for some results then.
By all means. Why wait out there on your own when you still be here?
I walk out.
Okay. To each their own.
I just followed him through the thing.
I mean, I followed him because usually wherever he goes, mayhem ensues, and we don't need another large tab of destruction. Cleaver.
Are you his babysitter?
Sometimes I wonder about that.
Never. He does as what he wishes.
So,
I just wanted to try to stop him from destroying the tavern.
Argan goes and starts placing cuts of meat on each of your plates from each of the various roasted animals. There's white meat, dark meat from one of the bird-like creatures. Kind of tastes like turkey. There's the roast cat, the venison. There's a boar-like creature that has 2 tusks coming up at the side with a horn protruding from the forehead.
A unibore?
Maybe. After making sure that you have a little bit of everything on your plates, he sits down after dishing up his own, and he starts very noble-esque in nature, cutting the meat and enjoying the meal himself. And well, while we're eating, I'll try to answer any questions that you may have, and we'll discuss the favor after we've eaten. But is this your first time in the Feywild?
I have only ever read about it.
Oh, what have you read about it?
Well, if you eat there and things are just... Directions mean nothing. I could walk east and end up in the west somehow.
True.
Not... I mean, people must have come back from the Feywild.
Yes.
There's books
Plenty
written.
do.
Jesus Christ.
I may have assisted in a few of those people getting home.
Cut a piece of one of the meat and I eat.
It is delicious.
Ah.
Probably the best thing you've had ever. Like, on par, if not better, than anything you've had at the World War.
This makes Sherry's food taste like crap.
I'm gonna tell her you said that.
You get a sense of dread. Just a brief ripple of, oh, I shouldn't have said that out loud.
She heard me. Oh God, she heard me. I mean,
Would Sherry,
the portal was in her plate. Fuck, she's a part of this.
would Sherry have even known about that portal in that room?
Maybe she made it.
Probably.
How would you know?
I'm going to be apologizing a lot when I get back.
You
Seems
hear
like
the,
that's
the
normal for you,
faintest,
so...
I might be working for Sherry for a little bit.
You hear
Or
the
a lot.
faintest little...
Fuck off, fairies.
It was not a fairy. There's not a fairy in the room at the moment. It's inside your head. Has a bit of a Irish lilt to the laugh.
Crap baskets.
That brief wave of dread, that tingling of dread, it's a little bit stronger, but dissipates quickly.
Yeah, I'm gonna be working for Sherry.
I mean, she's probably going to be more mad at Cleaver than anything, because he took out the door and half the wall.
She seems nice.
And blendered the bedroom.
Actually, there was no damage done to the bedroom except for the door and the wall.
Well, he still swung his sword around the bedroom.
Yeah, but he didn't do any damage to it.
True.
So, you guys enjoy a delightful meal. And as you finish up, you find yourselves satisfied. Full, but not, overstuffed. Artagan.
Amanda.
So, question. Is there anything you can tell me about the Feywild that people outside the Feywild don't know that could possibly end with me having a book deal?
Oh, there are so many secrets in the Feywild.
All I need is one. But I'm assuming you'd want that favor done first.
Well, here's a tidbit of information for you.
I get one for free.
You get one
Everybody gets one.
for free. Ish. When it comes to traveling through the Feywild, if you know your destination and you focus on it, you can find that you reach that destination much faster than just wandering around aimlessly. If you're wandering around aimlessly, the direction that you think you're going is not really the direction that you think you're going. As you said, you could be thinking that you're traveling east, but the Feywild may decide on a whim that it is now west that you're traveling. But if you hold a clear destination in your mind and focus on moving towards it, it will find you.
That's slightly disturbing.
Are there any towns in this
Oh,
world?
there are plenty. There's a kingdom in each of the seasons of the Feywild. In fact, we are currently on the outskirts of one.
Which is?
Now we have to force him to name one.
I will put a bit of an asterisk in here. A lot of this is being created on the fly.
Duh.
So the
D&D
names
101.
of the names of towns and whatnot are homebrewed or may not exactly be canonically correct, if at all canonically relevant. That being said, the kingdom that you're on the outskirts of is called the Court of Autumn.
And what does that mean?
Means that it is a very large city. That's where the Lord and Lady of the Autumn Fae reside. Well, what I will tell you about the Court of Autumn, it goes hand in hand with the request, the favor that I will ask of you. Oh, Metal Man,
Ho
we're about to discuss business. As you walk back into the room, he snaps his fingers, and all the dishes and everything are cleared from the table instantly, magically, and in fact a map of the autumn Feywild appears on the table and unrolls itself. You see a little X with a "You are here" in the center of a forest. And what looks to be, for anybody who has any even most remote understanding of cartography, would seem to be a couple of 100 miles on the map, the Autumn Court, which is a large walled city with a castle, and Artegan points it out and he's like, well, this is the Court of Autumns, and there is a shop. There's a shop in this town that has a unique item, artifact, a pendant that would be very much put to better use in my hands than just sitting in a display case. The shop is called the Gilded Leaf, and it has a number of interesting items of magic, artifacts for collectors and things to pique the intrigue of the Fey nobility. The pendant looks like a door covered in vines. I would very much like to have this.
Sounds simple enough.
A door covered in vines.
Yes.
Interesting.
Are the vines real?
No. It's just designed to look like it has vines. Although, maybe in the right light, they look like real vines.
So, what does this pendant do? Because, given that it is a shop of magical items, this is probably no simple task. Am I right to assuming that?
It shouldn't be the most difficult task that I could send you on.
Interesting choice of words.
I believe that this task is well suited for your little band of adventurers.
Band of adventurers?
Well, what would you call yourselves?
Individuals who happen to inadvertently travel together into the Feywild.
Band of adventurers rolls off the tongue better.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not with them, per se.
But you're here with them.
I came here first. They followed.
He does speak the truth.
I get a sense he doesn't know how to lie, either.
Also true.
What's lying?
See?
I like him. Sure, I'm in a band with them.
What's a
They're
band?
not birds.
Aren't we?
I couldn't carry a tune to save my life.
I mean, there was that one time Sherry tried to get you to sing to cover your damages.
That
And then there
wasn't
was
me.
another time at band camp?
It was a different wizard. I don't know who you're thinking of.
Anyway,
That's what
if
happened,
you
yeah?
if you all can procure this pendant for me, I will do 2 things for you.
Hi.
1, I'll help you get back home. And 2, I'll help you find who you may have been pursuing.
Well, I guess since we splattered one of his henchmen in that tunnel. Oh wait, no, I dusted him. Sure, why not? We'll do this.
You what?
Henchman?
I mean, I ate the food. It was delicious.
The food was delicious.
You what?
I'm in.
What?
You what?
Dusted one of the.
They
You ran into a guy in the tunnel when you were running.
You didn't even notice. You heard the echo of metal, but didn't register.
I thought, what? You killed someone?
Yeah, because he attacked me.
I don't want to be with these people anymore.
Too late, you are.
You started it.
I didn't start anything.
You started it all.
I ran into a tunnel, and you followed me, and you're murderers!
I mean, technically, I just inflicted a bit of pain and suffering on an individual who was going to do the same to me.
I did absolutely nothing.
Self-defense.
By
You're
all
incapable of doing
technicality,
anything.
she only
Saved
wounded
against my
an
spell.
individual.
True.
Death
Murderer?
came at the hands of that one.
Assaulter.
No.
Who attacked first?
You
He
did.
attacked him. I was merely assisting.
I got attacked first by the individual.
The individual threw the knife at him. I shot the individual because he was trying to kill my compatriot. And, he did stab me in the foot.
Didn't you attempt to kick him in the balls and then he stabbed you? I tried to help him. I tried to freeze his wounds shut.
You made it worse!
You certainly didn't make it better.
I mean, he saved against the spell. What was I supposed to do?
Anyway,
I tried to numb his pain.
Listen.
I will adventure with the random people.
Wise choice.
For now.
If you're
That
lucky,
is your
I'll
approval.
shine your steel later. I meant that with absolutely no double entendre at
Too
all.
late.
But
We know you better than that.
I tried.
Did you?
You tried and you failed. Go back to training. That sounds healthy.
that's just an elbow or 2. Alright. Well, Artagan goes and gives you directions on how to reach the Court of Arms.
send nudes.
What the f...
It's in the...
And after the agreement is, or after the terms are explained, the front door opens again. This time, no fairies in sight. Well, actually, no, the front door doesn't open. Sorry. Retcon. Do you need, would you like to stay the night, rest?
I mean,
I can use a small rest since I used a spell slot to smite someone.
Well, how long
Oh,
journey
you
is
say
it?
spell to smite something. Don't say
Uh,
slot.
I mean-
It sounds weird.
You have the directions
it's not
now.
as bad as moist.
Travel in Feywild is mercurial.
Is it best to wait till morning?
I mean, you could get there by just after nightfall. But finding a place to stay once you got there for the evening could prove tricky.
What type of entertainment might we have for the evening if we stay?
A safe and restful slumber.
I'm in.
Do you guys even use gold in the Feywild? I don't know.
Hmm?
Do you use gold in the Feywild as currency? Or is there a different kind of currency here?
Gold is always welcome.
Okay.
We do have individuals who tend to cross over to do their shopping or acquiring of certain items.
Do we have any money?
Okay.
Oh, yes. You all should have 20 copper, 15 silver, 10 gold, and 5 platinum pieces.
Jesus Christ, I don't even know what that means.
So, copper is the lowest currency.
I figured.
What is it?
Sorry,
Hold on.
Mom.
20 copper, 15 silver, 10 gold, 5 platinum.
Sorry, how much is copper?
Copper's 20.
20. Silver?
Silver's 15.
Okay.
Gold is 10.
Okay.
Platinum is 5.
Okay. And...
EP is don't use it.
Yes, we don't use
What is
electrum.
he? What?
It's electrum pieces. They're kind of a cross between gold and silver.
Oh, okay.
Silver's worth 10 silver's worth 1 gold, where 5 electrum is worth 1 gold.
It's a useless thing that they threw in for no reason.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dragons of the Coast. We don't like your electrum pieces.
Wizards of the Coast.
Wizards of the Coast, yes. Sorry.
So,
We elect to not use electrum.
Artagan goes and shows you to the rooms. There's a room for each of you, if you want a room.
I'll just stay in the foyer.
Okay. So you stand in the foyer
Like
and just
Power
kind
off
of.
or something.
Kind of, yeah, actually.
Yeah, you go through your power cycle and.
Oh no, I just don't move for 6 hours. I can hear and speak and talk all I want.
You hear and see the fairies flitting about as they do. Occasionally, they ask or question. Oh, a shiny suit of armor. Oh, new edition. I wonder if we can mess with it. One flies up to your elbow and kind of taps on it.
I advise not doing that.
Oh shit, it's alive! What sorcery is this? This is no Feywild magic. What are you?
I am being? What are you?
I am also a being. I'm a fairy. But your answer to my question is not quite an answer. I'll ask again. What are you?
I believe I am called a warforge.
Warforged.
A Horforged, what?
Big metal man. Interesting. Hello, pretty. Hello, pretty.
I prefer not to swat small fairies. So please do not touch.
As he raises one hand, about to tap on your elbow again, he listens, considers your warning, looks at you, looks down at your giant metal hand, looks back up at you, like,
If hand doesn't work, I have big fly swatter on back.
looks at the sword. Oh, okay, and flitters off. The rest of you sleep, and quite a lovely, restful sleep. You wake up the next morning. Artigan meets you in the foyer. He's standing next to Cleaver there. And he's just not touching, but kind of. You get the sense he's trying to divine as much information about you and your construction as possible, but not quite in the mindset to ask you any questions about it. Not sure if you'd have the answers to the questions that he's thinking of asking. At least not the answers that he's looking for. The rest of you join. He's like, well, it's good to see that you're all awake and looking well rested. Your hit points go back up to full.
Yay.
Any spell slots used or recovered?
No, you do not level up.
Have we determined that he's an elf?
He's a Fey being, considered one of the Archfey. A lord of sorts. He's...
How do I get my thingies back?
You click your hit points.
Yeah.
You go to heal.
Heal.
And you put in 999. It won't go over your maximum hit point, so I don't know what your max hit point is, so that's just like the guaranteed way to make sure you don't go
You
over.
only took 4 damage before, so... it's good.
22.
Yeah.
There you go. So you put 99.
He has features that are elven in nature, but his ears are a little bit longer and a little bit more pointed. His limbs and digits are a slight bit longer than normal. He stands taller.
Can I ask him what he is?
I am Fey.
What is
Of
Fey?
Of what ilk?
Of the Arch Oak.
What does that mean?
I'm
Wait.
the Lord of the Feywild.
You're an archfey.
I am an Archfey.
What does that mean?
What is Archfey?
What does that mean?
It means
is my being.
Sai just crapped his pants.
Why did this one crap his pants? What does Archfey mean?
Powerful fey.
Very powerful Fey.
Oh, I like it.
Like a fairy, I could just...
You really
An
say
arch-
that to
An archfey.
Are you can? Before
I
you
could
continue,
flick him, and I would be the one exploding.
Are you saying this in character or out of character?
In character.
Oh, did you just?
I didn't threaten the fairy. I said if I did that,
No,
it could...
you threatened other fairies.
No, I did not. It
You
was
just told an archfey being that you could flick a fairy and it would explode.
I'm saying
Arthurian understands the meaning behind what he's saying.
Yeah.
And
It's hyperbole?
Interesting.
Is that the right word?
metaphor.
That's the one.
Go
Metaphor.
to poke him.
Don't do that.
Your finger gets within 3 feet of him, and your whole body seizes. Like, you can't push any further. You can, if you try to pull away, you can move away easily.
I don't understand. I am trying to test if I explode or not.
He's a little simple.
He's not going to explode, but
It's-
he can use his magic to
Here's...
defend
Think of him
himself.
as a child.
If you attack him, he will hurt you. You will not hurt him. It's not going to happen.
Do not attack him.
Don't. If you attack him, I will hurt you. At least I will attempt to.
For the purposes of us right now, he is friend.
I am friend.
He is friend.
He is friend. He is good.
We do not attack friends.
If we find another archfey, we run.
Oh, you probably would have to.
You have army.
He has 2 armies. They're in his sleeveys.
I could acquire.
Could acquire. Okay,
If
we
we
believe.
need it. What was that?
Okay, we will leave.
Okay, we believe.
We will head to the capital. Yes, we will go and do your quest.
Excellent.
Yay! A questing wizard.
A-questing
we will go.
Oh,
Oh, the archfey. A-questing we will go.
So, at that moment, the door opens, and he's like, don't forget the directions I gave you.
Shit, was anybody listening?
Yes, I was listening to directions.
Okay, good.
What's your intelligence?
Mine is a 13.
Okay. Good
All
enough.
right.
You were listening.
I was listening.
The directions were simple. You head north with with a clear picture of the Court of Autumns in your mind, and it should take you about a half-day travel to get there.
For it to find us.
For it to find you. If it
Not
wants
the other
to
way
be
around.
found.
I begin to walk.
Okay. Do you have a clear picture of the court in your mind?
I do.
Okay.
It's the only picture in my mind.
That
This
explains
place
so
is going to break me mentally.
much. You're a little high-strung.
Listen.
No. I'm tense.
Sigh.
Make a
Sigh.
wisdom saving throw.
Oh, fuck. My wisdom.
Well, that sucks.
10.
You all of a sudden feel much calmer than you were.
You calm emotions on me. Son of a bitch.
Might be a good thing he did that.
Yeah.
You feel the tightness in your chest as the anxiety was building, releases, much calmer, more laid back, and you're feeling...
And I'm feeling good.
Yes, exactly.
You took a good blunt.
So, you all travel. You leave Artagan's home. And after about 6 hours of travel, following your big metal manic compatriot there,
Big metal manic man.
you eventually come to see off in the distance the outer walls of the Court of Autumns. And that is where we're going to end the session tonight.
All right.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to our recording. Once again, you have been listening to Fae's Gone Wild, a D&D story. Thank you all for listening, and I hope to hear from you again.